Chapter 4, Why Financial Services. The next thing we need to talk about is why financial services is the ideal industry for following the sponsored entrepreneurship business model. Financial services is a business that will always need people. Here are 4 reasons why. 1, there are too few advisors. First, there is an oversupply of people who need advisors and an undersupply of financial advisors to serve them. In 2019, more than 1/3, 37%, of financial advisors were expected to retire over the next 10 years. By 2023, the headcount of advisors is projected to drop off by 1.4%. In 2019, the average age of financial advisors was 55, and 20% of financial advisors were age 65 and older. Only about 10% of advisors were under the age of 35. Also, in 2020, women represented only 18.1% of the total financial advisor headcount. Yet a large number of people say they would prefer to work with a female advisor. 2, people prefer to work with advisors versus robo-advisors. Despite the increasing presence of fintech companies, products and companies that employ newly developed digital and online technologies in the banking and financial services industries, people still prefer to work with financial advisors. Today, people can buy basically everything online. Most people enjoy the convenience of online transactions, and they enjoy researching their options online, but they still prefer to work with advisors in person. A 2020 survey revealed that given the option, 84% of Americans would rather work with a human financial advisor to invest their money, compared with 16% who would prefer to use a robo-advisor. Around half of Americans who use a human advisor to manage their investment accounts, 51%, say they feel very confident about the growth of those investments, compared with only about 1/3 of Americans who use a robo-advisor to manage their investment accounts. And just over half, 51%, of those who do not use a robo-advisor say it's because they want the ability to communicate with a live person. Number 3, an unprecedented transfer of wealth is underway as baby boomers age. Between 2018 and 2041, older generations will hand down some $70 trillion, according to research and consulting firm Cerulli Associates. Roughly $61 trillion will go to heirs, increasingly millennials and Gen Xers, with the balance going to philanthropy. And Federal Reserve data show that at the end of 2021's first quarter, Americans who were age 70 and above had a collective net worth of nearly $35 trillion. Now, financial advisors who charge clients to manage their assets often charge a fee that's equal to about 1% of the portfolio's value per year. If we multiply that $70 trillion in collective wealth by 1%, the result is more than $3 million in annual revenue for each of the 218,000 financial advisors in the United States today. Number 4, Americans know they are underinsured. In January 2021, just 52% of consumers reported owning life insurance, a decrease from 63% in 2011. Overall, there are 102 million uninsured and underinsured Americans who know they need or need more life insurance coverage. Plus, 42% of Americans say their household would face financial hardship within 6 months should a wage earner die unexpectedly. 25% would struggle financially within 1 month. Plus, the COVID-19 pandemic has heightened the awareness of 6 out of 10 consumers about the value of life insurance, according to LIMRA. In 2021, 31% of survey respondents said they were more likely to buy coverage due to the pandemic. Let's figure out a ballpark figure for the potential revenue just from life insurance sales. In my experience, the typical life insurance sale yields around $1,200 just in first-year commissions. When we multiply that number by the 102 Americans who need life insurance, we see that $122 billion in potential revenue occurs every single year. The time has never been better to get into this industry and spread your entrepreneur wings while having systems and support in place to help you do it. Most people think you have to have money to get into this business. Also, a lot of people think you have to have a degree in finance, study the stock market, and come up with a special way of investing in stocks. None of that is true. The company that hires you can provide all the training you need. That's why it's important to line yourself with the right sponsor as you get into the industry.